In today's video, I'll be going over all of the green cards from the Battle Spirits expansion. Right, so let's get started then with the base minion chain, the standard card battler base minion chain. So of course you know how it works. Let's go through to the first one, which is going to be Mark G. Battle Spirit monster with swoop on a 1 cost. On your turn, this minion cannot move. I'm a big fan of this card. I really like the ability to swoop it in on your opponent's turn. Can be a bit annoying. And it certainly gives you a little bit of value there and gets your cost reduction running, lets you ramp a little bit quicker in the sense of getting minions on board for your cost reductions. So I'm a fan of this card. I like it a lot. The next level is going to be... where is he? Level 2 will be the Blade King Beast Byak Garo. Battle Spirit Sword, so there is a sword synergy there. Cost reduction green. On your turn, whenever this minion is blocked, put 2 of your opponent's minions in the rest state. And on your turn, whenever this minion deals DP damage, return 1 of your opponent's minions to their hand. This is pretty scary. The problem with it is that it pretty much always, in my experience with the way I've seen the builds work, it just comes out a little bit too late to be really useful, which kind of sucks, because it's a really cool card, being able to just nuke blockers. But if you can get the ability off to work, like, you know, if you're just threatening like a lot of damage and they kind of have to block it, they can just lose in the game, which is pretty fantastic, but it's a bit okay. The level 3 is actually a spell, so now we've got to go back. It is this Storm Attack. Yep, spell. 4 cost, cost reduction green. Flash. Put 1 of your opponent's minions in the rest state, then select 1 of your minions to enter the active state. I think this is a lot better than the level 2, to be honest. It's just strong. Being able, you know, it's kind of useful whenever, and it can just remove a blocker. It can help you secure a lethal. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. The problem with it, of course, being you have to get all the way to level 3 to be able to use the damn thing, which is not necessarily the easiest. It is worth saying, however, green have a, believe it's 3 cost the elf that just duplicates base minion, so you can actually get multiple copies of this in a game, which is really nice. It's kind of a lot of hoops to jump through though, so yeah. Pretty good though, pretty good card battler chain. So, next we have Kazitsu Momose, which is kind of better. Another card battler, base when placed. Change 1 of your neutral mana that is not a minion card into a core. During your opponent's next turn, you receive the following effect. Place 1 core into your base whenever your life or 1 of your forces takes damage. And at the end of your turn, all the cores in your base enter the active state, and this minion cannot move. So this is actually really good, because, you know, if your opponent only, like, basically it just goes, don't attack me or I'm ramping to 10, which is kind of fucking scary. It kind of makes you not really care so much if, for example, your opponent drops a golem summon, the turn after you play this, you go, okay, I've lost my forces, but I just ramped like real fucking hard, and in a tree deck, I can just slap down my tree, and I'm probably not losing this turn. Should be fine. Can be a bit scary though, so you know, depends. It's pretty good though. It's pretty good, and it's a kind of a nice thing as well to be able to just like still have some mana to work with on your opponent's turn. However, obviously you do have to budget, make sure there are some green left for you to be able to cast a lot of your good spells. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then we've got the Blade Wolf Beowulf, boost a 4 cost or higher battle spirit, which gives Pierce. So giving Pierce is really, really scary, and so there are several cards which can receive boost regardless of the type. This is scary with, because giving something Pierce is scary, especially when you can buff up its attack stat, its DP a lot. So yeah, this is pretty good. Then we've got Dander Rabbit, which might be the best green card. When summoned, select 1 of your other minions belonging to the Battle Spirit class that has not received a boost, give it a core, and enters the rest state when it moves to base. So this is ramping, but better, and also it's kind of splashable, because you can just, in other Battle Spirit decks, because it doesn't take any actual green. So yeah, this card is pretty fucking good. Already got it with Mark G. Next we've got my Parrot. When summoned, you can place a base minion belonging to the card battle class from your hand into your base, and the when place ability of the place minion will activate. This card is obviously very good as well. Really scary because it ramps you, and it doesn't. You don't have the standard drawback of the base minion effect does not activate. You get it here. Of course, the problem is it's a restricted thing, right? Like you can only use it with the card battle of base minion. But it's still pretty good, and it's cheap enough that it's kind of just stable in green, really. Certainly from what I've seen. A Grass Trap, main Flash. Put one of your opponent's minions or one of their forces in the rest state. The target cannot return to the active state until the end of the next standby phase. This is damn good. I think this is damn good. It's also searchable with what's it called? The cactus or the carrot. The three cost, which will search 2 cost from your deck. So being able to turn off a Phoenix on your opponent's turn can completely fuck them over, and it can just like swing into game or turn off an Ouroboros if they're thinking they're going to have that. Lots of reasons this is good. Then we've got Gokurakucho. Swoop. When someone select one of your other minions belonging to the Battle Spirit class has not received a boost to receive a core. So not only does it swoop in on your opponent's turn, there's some synergy with the swooping there, it also ramps you. And in addition, if your opponent, for example, you attack, you do nothing, and your opponent goes, oh, Megaton Hammer, you can go, okay, swoop in, core, now I'm still beating over you, which can be nice. Then we've got Musha Ape Whip. When summoned, place 1 core on your base in the rest state. Then if all your mana is in the rest state, draw 1 card. This is really, really good. It ramps you and it draws. And if you play it on curve, or even not on curve, like it's just as long as it's your last thing, it's kind of fucking good. The one problem with the green deck is gaining too many cores. Can be a bit of a problem. You don't want to have too many, because otherwise you're just not going to have green mana, and that ain't ideal. Then we've got the Jupiter Dragon Deity, Nobunaga Zeus, fuck me, Battle Spirit Sword, 4 cost. On your turn, all mana with the boost effect belonging to the Brave class in your base can grant their effect even if they are in the rest state. Whenever one of your cards receives a boost from one of your mana belonging to the Brave class, it increases your movement by 1, this effect cannot stack, and when attacking for each minion on your field that has received a boost, put one of your opponent's minions in the rest state. The issue with this card is it requires a hell of a lot of setup to be really, really, really good. And it definitely can be good. You know, being able to boost while something is in the rest state is really valuable. It just lets you use that mana anyway. But I don't know. The good thing here, right, is if you just already have a board and you just slap this down and then you go boost, 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 and you just get your whole board fully boosted, and that's scary. That's definitely scary. In addition, when you attack with this, you can then rest your whole opponent's board. So it's a cool combo. It's scary. It's not consistent. So definitely decent, but yeah, again, not consistent. Oh, oops. Then we've got Hand Reverse. Main, discard all cards in your hand. If you've discarded 1 or more cards, you draw until you have the same amount of cards in your hand as your opponent. So 2 issues with this card. 1, it's a 4 cost. Losing 4 of your mana for that turn is kinda shit. 2, it's entirely reliant on being behind. However, as a coming back from behind card, it's pretty mad. And I do think it being 4 mana is a pretty fair cost for that effect. It still lets you play stuff. It's not like it doesn't. It looks like it doesn't let you. So yeah, it's pretty good, and especially with the reasonable amount of swooping there is in green now, this is definitely fine. So yeah, it's pretty good. Definitely 1 or 2 off. And then we've got the Star Knight Hercules Omega. Swoop and cost reduction green. Passive. This minion enters the active state whenever a minion of yours with the swoop effect is summoned. 7/1. So yeah, this is I don't think this needs to be explained. It's just good value. If you play this like cheap, like for 4 or 3 on your opponent's turn, especially if you've already got one on board or something, and you can block for days, mate. It's pretty good. Being a 7/1 also puts it just outside of Megaton Hammer range, which is nice. Although obviously not outside the range of Megaton Hammer into literally any red card, because they all seem to say remove something with 300 or less. Or 500 or less in the case of one particularly broken card. And finally, the sort of poster boy for green, now potentially, it's either this or tree, the Hollow Providence Hooga. Cross reduction green. On your turn, whenever this minion is blocked, put 3 of your opponent's minions on the rest state, and when attacking you can draw a core that's in your base. If you do, this minion enters the active state. So obviously this is how getting rid of all those cores that you generated so quickly. It's a pretty mad combo. If you get this, you boost it to give it Pierce, and then you just go boom, 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 boom if your opponent can't remove it. And removing a 13-3, if you're not white, is pretty tough, or purple. But white is non-existent in the current format. They are tier 2, and purple is probably going to fall off a little bit after the new set. But until they do, this is still pretty scary. This is not as scary, rather, and you would still play tree, in my opinion. And this video is about me and my opinions, so that's why I told you that. So, that's everything. That's the whole green set. They're still good. Tree, I still think is the best deck, and I don't know what it's going to take for Tree to not be the best deck. Maybe the Carbon Rider set will change that. We will see. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, drop a like. Please subscribe to my channel. Get me to 1,000. I can see the 60% of you who watch these videos and don't click the button. Just click the fucking red button, bro. Also, join Discord servers, linked in the description. There's my personal Discord server, and there's also the Zenonzard English Community Discord server, which is pretty fucking huge. You can talk to lots of people about all kinds of stuff about Zenonzard there. And finally, comment your thoughts on this video in the description. And subscribe to the channel once more, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Cheers.